Shalom, family. Shalom, family. How's everybody doing? I wanted to take a quick minute while we were away on our vacation. Me and my YAHWEH is on our 10-year anniversary vacation here in the lovely island of Jamaica. Give y'all a little bit of the footage right there. Here's the beach. It's the beautiful water that Yahweh laid during the creation week. It's the beach right there. It's a little walkway right here. Everybody's walking past. But yeah, I just wanted to stop in and see how everybody was doing. I've been away for a while, trying to refresh, regroup, get it together, relax, rejuvenate, meditate. Been doing all that. And the whole time here in Jamaica, I gotta be honest, Yahweh been speaking to my mind day in and day out. So I just wanted to stop in and give y'all a quick testimony real quick before me and my YAHWEH leave to go have our dinner tonight. Let me set this angle up here. I want to set it up. Let me go this way. I'm going to set it up this way so y'all can see the water back there behind me. See that water? I might be a little dark, but coming up in the camera, but I want to give y'all a quick testimony. Something Yahweh gave me in my mind. A couple weeks ago, he gave me a vision, a dream. And in the dream, you see that horizon right here? See how flat that is? Everybody who think that the world is round, look at that horizon. It's completely flat. Yahweh laid the foundations of the earth, set it on pillars. He commands the water to stop. See where that water stops at? Doesn't go any further than that. Because even the water and the land obeys the commandments of Yahweh. See that? So he gave me a vision, a dream. And in a dream, I was inside my home, me, my YAHWEH, and several members of my family. And in a dream, we looked out the window, and in the horizon, we saw this very huge tsunami. Huge black tsunami heading the way of the populated area, the city. And I told my family to hurry, let's get to the highest level of the home so that when the tsunami hits, you know, nobody would be affected by the flood of the water of the tsunami. So the tsunami hit, and what happened in the vision is there ended up being this big covering over top of my house, like this translucent type of covering. And I was up at the highest level of my house because I have a 3-story townhouse. So I was at the highest level of the townhouse, and I was looking up out of the window, and I could touch the covering. And with the covering, you could see all this debris and items like washing pads, like, you know, household items, pots, pans, tricycles, just normal things from life just floating past. And I said to the family, I said, well, look, if I could grab a knife or something, maybe I could cut this. It was like a veil, like a cover, and I could cut it, and then we could see if we can go back up through that opening. But what happened was when I tried to reach up and I saw a knife and I tried to grab the handle, I missed the handle and I grabbed the blade and the blade cut my hand and I immediately pulled my hand back. That was Yahweh's way of saying, don't try to go back to that world. Yes, the tribulation is coming, but for all you who are covered by his word, stay under his word while the tribulation is coming. And don't try to go back into the world and be like them. Be set apart. That's what that dream meant. As long as we was under that veil, under that covering, you know, the covering of the Ruach HaKodesh, the covering of the Holy Spirit, the covering of his word. You know, he is one. Yahweh is one. And as long as we're under that one covering, we are good. You know, another thing I wanted to speak on is here in Jamaica, the brothers, the sisters here, they have such a wonderful, wonderful spirit about them. And I ain't saying everybody here is perfect, but they have something that we lack in America, in the land of Babylon. They have unity and they have respect for their brothers and sisters. It's a beautiful feeling here. It's a very, very beautiful, it's like you really feel the love here in Jamaica. We need that. We need that, brothers and sisters, where we at, because we lack love, we lack unity, we lack togetherness. You know, we could really learn from our brothers and sisters here in Jamaica. You know, me and my Isha, we've been here, this is actually next to the last day, and we've been here 6 days total, and to be honest, we don't even want to leave. We don't even want to come back because it's so beautiful here, it's so relaxing, it's such a positive vibe here. And for that reason, I don't want to leave. But of course, we have to leave and get back to our lives, get back to our everyday, you know, get back to the world and not be worldly, but get back to our responsibilities to live. But we have to overcome that world. So I want to end this video on one thing real quick that Yahshua said. Got my little Torah here with the 12 tribes of Israel on it. Y'all see it? Levi, Benjamin, Reuben here at the top. Well, Benjamin's right here, the Simeon. Got Judah right there. All the 12 tribes of Israel. On this side, we have the Lions of Judah holding the renewed covenant right here. This particular Torah has that Star of David on it, but you know, recently I spoke on that, on the Star of David. We're not supposed to have that, but you know, certain people print our books, and you know, just because, you know, certain people have a lack of understanding, you know, they have a zeal for the culture, but they didn't do the proper research to see what that star really means. We're not going to hold that against them. We're just going to ignore that star, and we're going to keep on pressing on. I'm going to read this here in the book of John, chapter 16. And I'm going to start right here at verse, let's start right here at verse 25. Something that Yahshua said. He said, these things have I spoken unto you in Proverbs, but the time comes when I shall no more speak unto you in Proverbs, but shall show you plainly of the Father. That was Yahshua's main objective when he came, you know, was to show you and magnify the Torah that is from his Father, right? At that day, you shall ask in my name, and I shall not, and I say not unto you that I will pray the Father for you. For the Father himself loves you because you have loved me, and have believed that I came out from the Father. from Elohim. That's what we have to believe 100%, that Yeshua is of Yahweh, that he came from him. He is Yahweh in the flesh. He is the word of Yahweh in the flesh. And this is what he's explaining to us. I believe that I came out from Elohim. I came forth from the Father and am come into the world again. I leave the world and I go to the Father. So he's leaving. This is him with the disciplined ones. He was with them for a period of time, and the time was coming where prophecy had to be fulfilled, and it was his time to leave and go back to the Father. Right? This is the first advent of the Mashiach. Of course, now we're waiting on the second advent of the Mashiach. You know, prophecy, you know, tells us that he's going to come again, but this time when he comes, he's coming to bring the wrath of Yahweh. Right? This first time he was coming to gather up the scattered Israelites and to give us commandment on how to go after the body of Yeshua. Right? Right here, verse 29. His disciples said unto him, Lo, now speaketh thou plainly, and speaketh not in proverbs. Now are we sure that you know of all things? And needest not that any man should ask you? By this we believe that you came forth from Elohim. Yeshua answered them, Do you now believe? Behold, the hour comes, yea, is now come, that you shall be scattered, every man to his own, and shall leave me alone, and yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. This is how we all got to feel in these last days. You know, as Hebrew Israelites, a lot of time, you know, we're feeling alone and isolated because we don't have many people to relate to, because, you know, this walk is few. You know, many are called, but only a few are chosen. Even in my time of being awakened, I've seen, you know, many people be awakened, and many people just get snatched away from by false doctrine, by commandments of men, by wanting to return back into the world, and by folly. You know, we have to take, you get this awakening from Yahweh, it's your chance to really take it serious, because you only got that last chance. You know, most of us, you know, we were brought up under the curses of our ancestors because they stumbled. But now, you know, he found something inside your heart that he wanted to use to wake you up. And he knows all things, so he knows what you're going to do with that awakening. You know, but at the same time, he gives us free will. You see what I'm saying? So let me further read on. And this is the part I wanted to get into. So he said the hour is going to come, yea, that, you know, we all going to be scattered, every man to his own way. That was verse 32. But in verse 33, listen to this. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me you might have shalom, or peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. And that's the message for each and every one of us, to overcome the world. And how do you overcome the world? You overcome the world by having faith in the man that I was just reading, his words whom I was just reading from. Having faith in Yeshua HaMashiach and keeping the commandments of Yah. It's just that simple. And I don't want to use that word simple as if it's a simple path, but honestly, if you love Yahweh, if you love Yeshua, it should be simple. The tribulation may be hard, but the love part should be simple. You know, we have tribulation coming our way. The book of Revelation says that flood is a flood of people. All right? Yahweh promised by the rainbow that he wouldn't flood the earth anymore. Not with water, but there's going to be a flood of people, of evil people, bringing tribulation our way, and it has already begun. That was that tsunami and that vision I had. That tsunami, that big black tsunami, that darkness was representing sin and iniquity. and tribulation and everything of Shaitan coming our way. But in that dream, I had a covering over my house. And we were dry, we were safe. We wasn't part of the ruckus. We wasn't part of the... And that stream of things was moving fast. We wasn't part of that. We were in peace. Sort of like this right here in the background. That's peace. All right, brothers and sisters. So I wanted to talk to you about this tribulation that's coming our way. But in the meantime, I'm going to go back to enjoying this peace, this shalom. And pretty soon, by the will of Yahweh, we're going to start talking about some stuff. Because it's time to get serious. It's time to really get in that word and really start obeying these laws, statutes, and commandments and doing what thus saith Yahweh and not thus saith man. Because the end goal for each and every one of us as believers, you know, even the new converts coming over from Christianity, people coming over from other religions, the end goal is to make it to the kingdom of Yahweh. And I pray that everybody that believes will make it. And it be one big family affair. All right, brothers and sisters. Shalom, shalom, shalom.